So let's connect to our Ujjayi breath. So just exploring the lungs. And feeling for moving, spreading, sensing all the lobes of the lungs, the bottom, the middle, the top. And I would imagine that for many of us, it's the backside of the lungs, the backside of the body that may take a little more kind of stick-to-itiveness to feel the breath getting into those ribs and those rib muscles on the backside. So today, breathing all around the heart. The lungs are a good way to feel for that. The ribs are a good way to feel for that. We're going to take a seated spinal twist. Let's start with our right over our left. So we'll be twisting to our right to begin. With both sit bones contacting the earth, inhale. Feel the back ribs telescoping away from the sacrum. Exhaling, turn to the right. Sinking the sit bones down, growing the skull bones to sky. And these initial breaths as we're moving into our practice, feel for core, for that vertical alignment. That space in the body that connects head to tail. And release. We'll switch the cross of legs, we'll switch directions. So I often find if I don't, or if I'm not breathing into the backside of my body, these twists will have a very minimal, there'll be a quality of block or restriction. By breathing into the back and letting the spine move, you may find that you get a little more easily into the twist. So I've got the left over the right. Moving on exhale, we'll twist to our left. And you may have to situate back a little bit, like relaxing the butt a little bit. It's just a very tiny, like micro sitting back, micro. And that little weight shift may help you feel the breath in the backside. And release. As we inhale, we'll unwind. I'm going to set up for some abdominals, so we'll lie on back. Let the abdominals that we're doing today, let it contribute to organ movement, and maybe even organ movement that translates into the back side. So it's not always or everyone that by pulling the belly down we can feel the back muscles, but you may start to feel the beginnings of those connections, so we're going to just play with it. Inhale the head and the shoulders off the ground. And curling tailbone. Exhale, reach out through the left leg. That foot's about 3-4 feet off the ground. And sink the low belly down. Inhale, bend left knee, keep the shoulders up. Curl tailbone, exhale, reach out through the right leg. Exhaling, 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 draw belly down. Inhale, bend right knee. And deliberately move the breath into the backside. I promise we want to breathe with that spine today. Curl tailbone, exhale, left leg out reaches. Sink the belly in and down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right leg reaches. And the belly's moving in and moving down the entire path. Inhale, back centrally. Let's do 3 more on each side. Your pace. So we're letting that pulling belly down just be the end of one continuous exhalation motion. It's like the tails of that exhale. It's not a different nerve. It's not a different component. So teaching ourselves to exhale with those lower, deeper musculature. If these are not challenging for you, just check the foot height. Sometimes we inadvertently make it too easy for ourselves by raising the legs straight up. Reserve that for medical conditions, pain conditions. If you don't need to raise that leg straight up, Reach it out 3-4 feet off the ground. Those abdominals will work a little bit more. You'll get warmer. Now you have to hold it. You have to hold it, and you have to keep the back down. These are so easy to cheat, or not cheat, but make easier. Make less effort. It takes a little bit to coax us into the effort that will get us warmer, which will keep us safer, but it's worth it. So outward, unless you need to for your back condition, go upward. Upwards like that's medical condition. Frog lifting through. So legs bent, legs separated. Inhale, float the head, shoulder blades off the ground. And now as you lift up, look at your feet. If they're higher than your knees, bring them lower than your knees. Exhale, curling tailbone, reach out through the legs. Spread the foot bones, draw the belly down. Inhale. There's a little relax at the pelvic area. The head and shoulders stay up. Exhale, shift the tailbone, which lengthens the low back. Feel for how pelvis changes the shape of low back. Pull low belly down. Inhale, slight relax all around the back, the butt, the pelvis. And exhale, shifting the tailbone. Reach out through the legs. Sink the belly in and down. Continue, we'll do 5 more. From the beginning of your exhale to the end of pulling belly down. That's one continuous move. Practice that. Practice making exhale longer. I'm treating these as part of the same move. They're just 2 expressions, 2 language pieces to the same continuum of movement. So you begin your exhale, the belly's already moving, gathering. And we simply continue the belly movement, even though the air has been expressed. Spine side today. We're going to be working spine side. Keep your shoulders up the whole time until you're done. We'll be setting up bridge. Have your block nearby. I guess we are using our block. And on exhale, We enter into bridge. And we'll start with our thumb, forefinger wrapped around the hip bones. So right around the flesh, the waist. So the triceps on the ground, the thumb, forefinger wrapped around the hip bone, issue a pressure as if you're moving the pelvis away from the head. Release the hands, find your block, slide it under your sacrum. We're working half of Virasana. We'll start with the left side, left hand. We'll grab left foot. We're drawing that foot back. Breathe as you're transitioning. Sometimes I notice the grunts. We're getting that foot back. Slide a slight squeeze with each of the inner legs, just to engage the inner legs. We're locking the right hip. We're lifting the right foot off the ground, placing the ankle over the left thigh, which is in half Virasana still. If this gets a little bit too much, either too wobbly or too intense, we'll just keep the right foot down or just place it back down. So reaching each thigh bone out. All right, inhale, draw that right knee toward your chest. Exhale, raising the right leg to sky. Use the right leg to help open up the left. All right, we'll trade sides. Inhale, the right foot down. The left foot down. And exhaling, shifting the tail toward the sky. Readjust your block if needed. And right foot, half Virasana. So right hand grabs right foot, drawing it back. Give a light inner leg squeeze. Is that just enough to feel that not bleeding this real nice stretching tension out to the side? Just a little squeeze. We can access the fronts of those thighs. locking the hip. So the right will remain in half Virasana. Inhale, we'll pick that left foot up off the ground. And then exhaling the ankle over the right thigh. And inhale, draw that left knee toward chest. This time, exhaling, lifting, raise that left leg toward the sky and launching it back as if overhead. So keeping that little light inner leg squeeze on that Virasana leg, little inner leg squeeze. And we'll set that left foot down, the right foot down. Pressing away from that block, we'll lower out of bridge. All right. Let's get the shoulders a little warmer. We'll turn on to elbows and knees. Great. And staying with this back of ribs, to feeling the breath moving through the back and the sides of the ribs. Exhale, we'll press the knees off the ground. And keep focusing backside, these final last few breaths. Letting the breath move the bones. So even just getting a little bit of slide, a little bit of movement is enough to create perceptual distinction in and between those spine areas. Just a little bit of perceptual distinction is often all that we need to have another option, another movement option, another behavioral option, another We'll release, we'll set the knees down. We're gonna get right back into it. So inhale, slide the hands under the shoulders. Exhaling, downward dog. So warrior two, shoulder shrugs. Inhale, left foot forward. Let the arms hang out. Raising the shoulders up, squeeze them together. Exhale, squeeze, drag down. Inhale, let up. Squeeze the middle parts of the blades. Exhale, squeeze. And as you're dragging the blades down, deepen into stance, pressing out through legs. Inhaling. Again, focusing back side. Find the bottom tips. Exhale, squeeze. Exhale, drag down. Do one more. Go for it. Three breaths, three areas to squeeze. And when you're through, inhale, reach the arms out to the side, turn the palms up. And then exhale, we'll turn the thumbs down, which is to say biceps down, internally rotate. Inhale is the up move. And exhaling is the inward or downward move. Do two more. Then inhale, we'll set our hands down, our knee down. Add padding if you like. We're setting up archer and lunge. So that'll be left elbow up, right elbow down. And just keep breathing even as you're figuring out your strap situation. Go ahead and sink into the lunge. As you reach that left elbow up, you'll be stretching those lats. Okay? So it'll help you uncompress the low back. That left arm, that activity, that energy of the left arm. That's it. That's it. And when we release, inhale, backing out of there, just till our hips are over our knee. Twisting lunge, exhaling the right elbow over the left thigh. Inhaling, unwind, hands to ground. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. You could use cobra. And exhaling, downward dog. Shoulder shrugs in warrior two. Inhale the right foot forward. As we come up, raise the shoulders. Exhale, squeeze tops of shoulders. Drag them down. Inhale is the release. Find the middle parts. Exhale is the squeeze and the pulling down. Inhales the release. And exhales the squeeze. We'll do one more round together. That's 3 breaths, 3 areas. Just focusing on feeling and breathing into that backside. Just getting all those little spinal segments. Just all of these movements just to segmentalize, to create each of their differences. It's kind of the way we have these enzymes that kind of enzymatically break down clots or aggregations in the body. Kind of enzymatically breaking up the ways our body is kind of clotted together in movement ways, in behavior ways. And then inhale, reach the arms out to the side, turning the palms up. And then exhaling is turning the thumbs down, the biceps down. All right, continue. Inhaling is the up move. And exhaling is the down move. Then we'll release into lunge. So inhaling, we'll pivot, setting left knee down. Archer. Right elbow points up. Left elbow points down. Reach up right arm. So you're spreading all of that back musculature on the right side. It leads all into the spine. So the reach of the arm is muscularly, structurally connecting us to our mid and low back. And release, twisting lunge. Inhale, we'll back the hips up. And then exhaling, the left elbow over the right thigh. Release. Inhale, unwinding, hands under shoulders. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, coming up, whether that means cobra or upward dog. And exhaling, downward dog. Inhale I think we started left foot forward, warrior two. Okay, we'll just do one more little bit for the neck here, setting the left forearm on the thigh. And this right arm, I'm reaching it slightly upward and rightward. So you're just selecting that best spot where you can feel some degree of the neck releasing. And do you feel the weight of the head go? You don't have to glide or move the jaw, but feel the slide and the glide ability of the jaw. Just that the jaw has that gliding capacity. And when you know that jaw does have the capacity to glide, deepen breath. Now on exhale, passing that right hand behind the back, grabbing onto thigh or clothing. Using that right hand to kind of lift the right shoulder, the right chest, away from the left groin. Push with that left arm, deepen into the stance. Release. Inhale, we'll set hands down. Exhaling, chaturanga. And do those two on the other side. Inhaling, upward dog. And exhaling, downward dog. All right, stepping into warrior two. Inhale, right foot forward. Propping that right arm on the right thigh. We're starting with this neck release. Reaching out through this left arm. Just letting breath smooth through any tangles in the shoulder. On exhale, Passing that left hand behind the back, grabbing a thigh or clothing. Drawing or lifting, however you want to feel it, but the left chest is opening away from the right hip. And releasing, inhale, we'll set the hands down, exhaling, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Take your time, don't rush to upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. All right, gently set knees down. We're going to be setting up for a wheel. If for whatever reason you're unable to press your way up into wheel today, what you can do is bow with a strap over a roll. I'll be talking through the wheel stuff. So if you're not doing wheel, you'll be flying solo. Okay. So, wheel, do you need any props? If it's been a while since you've done wheel, consider working with a roll between your legs. I know it creates a lot more like, what's this thing down in my legs? And that's kind of the point, is to keep our feeling awareness moving through our legs. So if it's been a month, it probably has. I would recommend using a roll. If there's anything else you need, like blocks on the wall, set it up. The way this will play out, we'll do bridge, we'll do wheel, we'll do bridge, we'll do wheel, we'll do bridge. Those are our bookends before releasing. So it's a lot of leg. C'est la vie. Here we go. So let's set up for bridge with a roll first. And again, the roll should be helpful to get the legs supporting and pressing your pelvis up. Okay, when we take this first round of wheel, remember you're going to press the top of your head to the ground first, and then continue in. And anticipate, we'll give this about 6 breaths. Let bridge be the resting point. Resist the urge to flap out of wheel. Let's keep the energy moving through the legs. It's okay if they're a little warm. Okay, for your second round of wheel, plan on 6 to 8 breaths. And those of you working over a roll or bow with a strap, this will be your second round or your second side. We're making bridge our rest point. Again, once you lower out of wheel, pause on the bridge. Before exiting out of bridge. Once you remove the roll, remain lying. This time we will do abdominals, and this time we will take the leg vertically. The intention now is to use the leg reach, the upward leg reach, as a form of back release. Inhale the head and the shoulders off the ground, just a tiny amount is perfect. And exhale, raise the left leg, go straight up. Sink the belly in and down. And so now, getting those abdominals to be part of a back release as best as you can feel. Inhale, bend left knee. And curling tailbone. Exhale, reach the right leg up. Pull the belly down. I'm going to offer one more variation because some of your backs may love this. Inhale, bend the right knee. As you're exhaling the left leg up, there's an option here where you can press up through the heel and then internally rotate that leg, kind of pulsing it up. Letting that pulse just kind of help release through the sacrum and the back. Pull the low belly down. Inhale. And curling tailbone. Exhale, reach up to the right leg. You can do that pulsing variation. It's heel reach, inward turn. Just pulsing it a few times. You'll feel how that starts to kind of wave the pelvis. We'll do 2 or 3 more each side. Go ahead. And when you're through, we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh and grab a hold of your right thigh or your right shin, whatever is better to reach. And we'll switch sides. Good. So then crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. When you release, we'll take Shavasana. If you need more unwinding through the back, please do that for yourself. Breathing to remember the self. This is the self-recognizing self. To recognize and remember the body, to awaken the body is to remember our self. Self-recognizing self. When you're ready, we'll bend knees. Turn to a side. And press to seated. Namaste.